What's up everyone on YouTube? I am InDriver KG and we are going to take a long journey, hopefully not that long, but we're going to take a long journey to see if we can find a C4 Corvette. Now I've owned a few of these cars before and I want another one. I love these cars. I think the market is really good to buy them right now. There you can get one relatively cheap for under 5,000 bucks, you know, in decent running condition. If I gotta fix some things on it, that is fine with me, but we're gonna see what we can find and the condition it's in, try and get it up to great running condition before next year comes. I have some plans, so let's see what we can get into. But the first one we're going to see is going to be located in Massachusetts. So this is going to be a 4 or 5 hour drive. That's about 300 miles, give or take. So let's see how this car does. We're going to take the Hyundai. We're going to rack up. We're going to fill it up with gas, see how many miles per gallon we get, all that good stuff. So you guys are going to come on a journey with me and let's see what we can find. Got my boy here. We're about to take off. Going on, so we had our first little pit stop. We took off about an hour and a half or so we got another 2 hours to go. There's D, so we got a little bit more of a drive to go. Let's see how it goes. Now we're going, transportation is in full effect. See what goes on. Let's check this car out. So yesterday it ended up not working out. I didn't record after we got there. So we went to go check out the car and I thought originally it was just going to be a VAT system and I know how to repair those and how to bypass or have a resistor for that. But it ended up needing a lot more work. Like I'm talking, I was told the car was in excellent running condition and that it just stalled and died on him one day. But it looks to me, from being around cars my whole life, it looked to me that the car was sitting for a good amount of time. I'm talking like upwards of anywhere between 2 to 5 years. The tires, like he said, were new, had a bunch of tread, but had dry rot all the way around the belts, all the way around the sidewall of the tire. So unfortunately, that just was a little too much for me, and the shifter was leaning over. So instead of being straight up, it was leaned over. So first and second gear was literally rubbing up against the tunnel. And it had so much slop over towards 4th, 5th, and 6th gear and reverse. It was just like so much play. All the wires were hanging under the dash. It looked like somebody redid all the wires, but it wasn't done professionally, and I don't say like professionally like if you're doing wires yourself, but if you're going to do it, make sure you cover your electrical work with electrical tape or heat shrink wrap, something like that. I'm by far no professional in that, but anything that I wire, I try to cover it with heat shrink wrap or something like that. But this car just, it seemed like it was a fire waiting to happen, and for the price, you know, that was just a little too much of a project that I want to get into. So today we're going to end up going to Philly. I'm going to take another road trip, and yesterday, yes, we did go up to Massachusetts. There was a 4 or 5 hour ride. It wasn't bad. We averaged about 34 and 35 miles per gallon the whole way up, and it was just a waste of time. So like I said, we're going to Philly right now. We're going to check out an 85 this time. I don't like the 84s because of the crossfire injection. I had one of those before, so I just wanted a nice like cruiser. If I can get in the stick, hopefully, but like this one is the automatic, so we're going to see how this goes. Hopefully this one is a little better condition. You know how everyone says the cars run and drive and needs nothing, but they end up needing something. So let's see. Everyone, it's another day, another Corvette we're going to look at. Yesterday, that one was pretty solid, but I had some other things going on, like the water pump was going out, it was leaking, the exhaust was hanging, the T-top was cracked, so it was leaking a good amount of water in there. It needed new tires, which is a given for some cars that you know, that type of car people usually let sit. They'll buy it and then they want to drive it, want to put it together, but they don't. But this one had also the fuel regulator going out, so he was saying it doesn't start if it's cold. You got to spray starter fluid in it. All in all, if it was just a water pump and the window regulator, I'd be all in. But you know, on top of that, it was some other little heres and theres I probably could have done. It wasn't terrible, but you know, at that point I just knew there were others out there in this price point, so we're going to find it. We're heading out to Staten Island on Verrazano right now. Actually, we're going through Staten Island right now. We're heading to West Islip or something like that. It's Long Island. So I've been out there years ago. It was a long time ago for a Nissan 300 ZX, but this one is a automatic, I believe. So let's see how it goes. I'll hopefully get some videos of this one. I don't get videos of the ones that I check out of respect for the owners. Most of them don't want the cars to be recorded, so that's why I haven't gotten those cars to you, but I'll show you pictures of it as we go on. So isn't this thing cool? Look at this. It says an old oil rig. But we're here to look at this. Trying to get it started. The battery is like dead. It's dead. None of the jumpers are doing it. It's a 1987. And it's a Doug Nash 4+3. So what that means is a manual. Look. It's not terrible. It needs to be replaced right here. It could use a good cleaning. gauges did light up, so the gauges are working. But we're gonna see how it goes. Once it gets started, then we can tell if if we're gonna get this thing or not. We'll see. Engine looks clean. It has a throttle body on it, aftermarket BBK. It has their takes industrial system. Sunday morning. We didn't go ahead and bite the other one. It just had some other issues that I didn't want to fix myself. So at the end of the day, I just didn't see that was best for us. So right now, it's another 85. It has, I was told, some minor issues, and we're gonna see how it is. Hopefully this is the winner. We've been all over the place in the last 5-6 days. We've put about 1,000, 1,200 miles, something like that, on the car this week alone. So, I mean, the car's been good, other than we've had a little bit of a trans slip because we are making a little too much power for the cold weather. So we're gonna have to turn it down some. But other than that, she's been good, averaging about 30 to 35 miles per gallon on these longer trips with some moderate driving. So, all in all, let's see how it is when we get there. We're about 15 minutes out. We're in Philly. This is the one spot that's so stressful here in Philly. I believe this is their Route 1. This is the worst road I've ever driven on in all of the states I've ever been in. The road sucks. There's red light cameras almost every light, and they constantly monitor your speed. So it's like you're stressed. You're stressed driving through here. Why would you even want to come here? I hate this place.
Photo enforced.
I only come here when I absolutely have to. So we checked this one out. It kept stalling and it was overheating a bit. So unfortunately, That's something I didn't want to really take on. I just want to do more research because it had low oil pressure too. And you know, it is what it is. I think that's the 6th car we've checked out. These bumps are crazy here. Holy shit. Right, everyone, it's another day. It is Monday the 13th. We're going to look at another one. We're going to upstate New York this time. It is a 1985 again. I like this 1985 year, it seems. So again, we are trying to see how good or how bad of a Corvette we can get for $5,000 or less. So this one is blue. It's located near Albany, which is about a 4-hour drive, give or take. So we're heading up there now, and we're going to see how it is. And if it goes well, then we will have a new C4 Corvette that we got a lot of plans for. And if not, the search continues. So we'll head back to you guys in a bit. Right, we are finally here. It's a few more houses down. It is 4 o'clock. It looks like it's 9 out here. Like, believe me when I tell you the phone is making it look a lot brighter than it actually is out here. It is not that bright. It's pretty dark. But we're rolling up. It should be one of these houses, and he will be here shortly. What's up, everyone, guys? So last night, I believe, that car did not work out. That was the blue one that we drove past Albany to get. That one had issues with the rear end, the valve cover gaskets, which it seems like that's a normal thing with these cars. Another thing was the top did not have anywhere to bolt down, so the car could not be driven anywhere over 40 miles an hour, anything like that. The tires were okay, brakes were okay, but it needed a whole bunch of here's and there's. The AC blew, but the compressor was screaming, and then it started smoking, so that the clutch was about to die on that. The heat worked, but also the blower motor was screaming, so it was just like, all right, there's a lot going on with this one. So I just ended up not making a deal with the guy. So what we're going to head back up to New York again. It's the beginning of Upstate, so it's right near the West Nyack area. There is a black convertible, and we're going to see it's a 1987. So let's get to that now. It should take us about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, give or take. And then if that one doesn't work, we are going to Hartford, Connecticut for a 1990. '87 Corvette. Has a small pump delete. Has the gauges redone. I believe 147,000 on the body, 46,000 miles on the rebuild, and you know, just got to be cleaned up a little bit, but needs a new top. and some body work. That's nothing too hard. All right, so we got the car back. This is it. It's a 1987. Let me flip it around for you. But here she is. I just have to clean up these wires right here for that and that. There was something over it, but it already has the EGR delete. Hence, this goes nowhere. The smog delete. We have new water pump pulleys. We got crank pulley done. I believe that's the smog delete right there. So other than that, she looks pretty good. I have to put the shroud back on, but I'm gonna put a nicer radiator. Valve cover gasket is leaking, and we're gonna do valve seals also while we're in there. And as you can see, these injectors aren't, they're okay, but this is it. I mean, I don't know if the camera's picking up. It's a little dirty. The top, I have to finish scrubbing it. It had some mold up around here. You can see it right there. But we're going to replace the top before next week. I done slammed the cloth in the door, but other than that, it's pretty nice for what it is. Definitely have to lower it a bit. Like, look at that wheel gap, Jesus. But it has the wrong size tires. It has 245, it's supposed to be 255. But we're gonna change the wheels on here anyway. And yeah, here she is in all her glory. She runs good, has a boiler, exhaust, and just a nice looking car overall. That's another thing, gotta fix this. So we're gonna get a new hood. We're gonna get a 92 to 96 front bumper on it. So all this, you know, we got this for a grand total of $2,500 running and driving. Like I said, it needs the valve cover gaskets, needs valve seals. She smokes a little bit. Needs the rear brake line. But other than that, this was a great find, and you can find a C4 for a very low price and pretty running good condition. So if you guys want to see more about this, let me know in the comment section. I know the channel is mostly about that, but I thought this would be a cool addition. I always love these. This would be my second one, and these are just awesome cars, and it's just nostalgia for me. So hit you guys up next time.